This podcast is brought to you by the following
Why don't you go like
sponsors.
this and have lightning come from your hands? Yeah.
I'll just do this.
Effects.
Finishers MMA is located at 3761 Nicholas Street in Easton, PA, Lehigh Valley's home for 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. The amount of people that they have over there instructing is insane. They have J.M. Holland, John Thor Blanks opening up 10th Planet Allentown, Zach Meslaney, Grace Gundrum. It is elite teaching over there. They teach self-defense, no-gi jiu-jitsu, and kickboxing. They have a kids martial arts program that is building and growing, and Grace is teaching every single kids class. Get over there. They are the biggest killers in the game. That's 3761 Nicholas Street in Easton, PA. Do you have anything to interject?
You didn't let me talk. I don't know.
No, I would like trying to get quicker on that. But they have multiple schools, and it's www.finishersmma.com. That has their schedule on there, and it has when they rotate everything. And they have evening classes because if you work and you can't get there, they even have, I think, an 8 o'clock class on Wednesday.
The thing I like the best is that they treat people with respect. It's not like one of those weird places you go and they talk down to you and, you know, like I'm a big bad sensei kind of crap.
No, not at all.
They're super cool guys. Everybody that goes there is nice. Everybody's friendly. It's just a wonderful place to go and learn jiu-jitsu. Wonderful place to go learn choke people.
Yeah.
Just go choke some people.
Every time I've been over there, and I get a little intimidated sometimes going into classes like that, even like going to the gym or like the Y, I get a little uncomfortable, and they make you feel at home there. Super professional. The guys have been doing it for a while. Zach, JM, and Thor all have their black belts. So
and they have crazy top-notch equipment. Everything is awesome. It's not some...
Yep. Every now and then they do
awesome. It's an awesome place.
Seminars and stuff there too. So check it out. It's finishersmma.com, and they are located at 3761 Nicholas Street in Easton, PA. Their social media is everywhere, so you can go find them. And thank you guys for being a sponsor. Taylor Edge Wood Company. Drew Hoagland. They make handmade and local crafting and bringing you gorgeous custom wood design. If you're looking for a custom table, nightstand, countertop, and more, they can help you. Drew made this table and that desk. A lot of people always have asked us who did this, and it was Taylor Edge Wood Company. Their social media you can find is Taylor Edge Wood Co. on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram has a lot of the pictures and stuff. That's the best place to follow them. They just got the website up. It should be running by the time this airs, but that's tayloredgewoodco.com, and he's going to have cutting boards on there. Their T-shirts are really cool. I know they're doing fall shirts for that, and he's just a stand-up guy. He's done nothing but help the show since day one and has really ultimate crafting.
Yeah, if you're looking to get something different for your home and you don't want to have the same boring home with the same boring box store, stupid tables that are particle board that are wrapped in crappy vinyl stuff, check him out. He'll come and give you an estimate, let you pick out whatever you want. He's a crazy nut for black walnut, and he loves the stuff, the smell
He's
of it.
Obsessed with
crazy.
it.
It's a little awkward, but he's very very talented. And like I said, if you want something custom and nothing says that you're cool, then I have a damn custom table and you don't.
Yeah, and you get professional quotes, and he's also got that he's going to be having that on the website where you'll be able to get quotes off of there. So if you're looking for top-notch,
locally sourced.
Yeah, everything's out of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, support local people.
Yeah, so hit them up. You can hit up tayloredgewoodco@gmail.com for any inquiries on what you need. Instagram's a good way to get a hold of him, and he runs it with his wife, so they're super local to us, and they helped us out since the beginning. So please go check them out, and thank you for being a sponsor.
All right, our next sponsor is All Valley Rooter and Plumbing.
Jared LaBarba. I've been friends with Jared for almost my entire life, and he came down to the studio looking to sponsor, and we had a long conversation, and he wanted help building in the Nazareth area. He has a lot of work in the Lehigh Valley, but he specifically wanted to get into Nazareth, and we have a really big reach in Nazareth. It's not a big place, but we do have bigger reach than anyone else here.
We control the whole
We
town.
own Nazareth. But Jared went through his whole story and told me everything he's doing, and his plumbing is top notch. Yes. They do faucet repair, sub pump replacement, sink installation, pipe installation, leaks, toilet repair, and more. They have 24-hour service, 365 days a year. They charge by the job, not the hour. All services come with a 1-year warranty and guarantee. He's going to be our plumber from now on if we have any problems with the sink and whatnot. Yeah. Having plumbing issues is probably one of the biggest headaches ever.
It's one of those things that if something goes bad with your plumbing, it's really bad. There is no minor plumbing issue. And it's good to have someone that's local that you can call, that you know, and say, hey, I really need your help, as opposed to some guy that he's going to spend, he's going to take 3 hours to get there and he's going to show up. He's going to overcharge you. It's just not worth it. Go with a local guy, super professional. He can do everything you really want. He lists a bunch of stuff there, but I'm pretty sure he can do pretty much everything involving plumbing. So I'm just going to call him for everything. So. Whatever.
Yeah, and you have 2 properties that you can use them for now, too, because you didn't have a good experience.
No, they were horrible.
I wish you would say who it was.
I really hate that.
His website is allvalleyrouter.net, and that is the place where you're going to find all of the information you need to get a hold of Jared if you have any plumbing issues, or if you're just trying to get quotes for stuff. But they are 365 days a year. They are open 24 hours, and we want to thank him for being one of our first sponsors on the show. It means a lot, and all you Nazareth peeps or anybody in the Lehigh Valley who wants a trusted, reliable, professional plumber, please contact Jared.
And our next sponsor is Rips Auto Detail. I love this guy. Go ahead.
One of my favorite guests on the show.
Cool. He's a really nice guy. He's a very good DJ also, by the way.
Yes, and he's super professional at his job. He's got over 15 years of experience. He's located at 630 North Nelson Street in Allentown, PA. He does paint correction, ceramic coating, interior, and pro auto detail. If you follow him on Rips Auto Detail on Instagram, it's insane what this guy actually does with a car.
I am recommending that you go to Popeyes, which is right up the street, and you put fingerprints all over your vehicle, and then you go there, and he will make it perfect again.
Yeah, he's got 15 years of experience. He's got a package for everyone. What he stressed on the show is that he doesn't just do super high-end vehicles. Yep. He can do anything from, if you just have a daily driver and you just like having a clean car, you can get that done, all the way up to getting a boat done.
Yeah, well, it's worth it because I had my SUV detailed last year, actually, just because, especially when you live around here with the salt and everything else, if you get a really good detail on it, it actually will keep your car looking better than dealing with all the salt, because you keep going for car washes and stuff. That's not good. So if you get a really good detail on it, it actually will help all that stuff. So it basically winterizes your thing. And plus, when it gets nice out, you just go there and get it, just touched up a little bit, get it, refreshed, and you have a car that doesn't look like you're a slob.
You can contact him directly on Instagram, and that's at Rips Auto Detail, or you can call him at 484-553-1366. If you really want to know what this guy does, check out our past podcast with him. It's got a boatload of information. I didn't know, I knew he was good at what he was doing, and he opened his own business and all that, but to hear the story of how he got to where he's at and the 15 years experience, he's a super pro. He's a really great guy. Just go check out his stuff at Rips Auto Detail on Instagram, Facebook, and his website is coming soon. So go check him out, and he's one of our first sponsors as well. And we couldn't do the show without all these people, so I want to thank everyone. And shout out to Rips Auto Detail, and give him a follow.
And he gives you a free bucket of chicken.
No, he does not.
He's from Popeyes, says he does. Put that in there.
He didn't even like Popeyes.
Rips, you need to give out free chicken. Thank you.
Check out what he's doing on social media, and we won't use that part. And then we'll end it with, this is a professional Class A operation. Check out the podcast we did with him.
Our next sponsor is Luke Delmeyer Custom Knives. If you've ever wanted a custom knife, say a chef knife, say a camp knife, say any kind of cool custom knives, I'm sure any of you guys have watched Forge and Fire or whatever, this guy actually does that. He makes wonderful, crazy knives. He's leaps and bounds above anybody you're going to have around here. He's a good dude. You can contact him and give him basic parameters of what you want to make for our custom knives. He does sell his own knives on his website.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different knives on the website and his Instagram as well.
Instagram, he puts it up a little bit, and he'll say, hey, man, I'm selling this. His website's lukedelmeyer.com. Yeah, I mean, he lists a bunch of stuff. Like I said, you can ask for the custom stuff. He's starting a new line, which you can talk about, of the chef knives.
Yeah, the chef knife that he brought over to the studio was incredible because he showed me the demo one that they started with that he made out of a leaf spring, which is insane. But then what he handed off to me, I immediately just wanted to start prepping and cutting onions.
You were trying to.
I was excited to cook, and that's what a chef knife should do. And if
you
you're
just kept telling him you wanted to use it to cut something.
I did. And if you're looking for a chef knife or any sort of custom knives that you would like in your life for whatever reason, this guy, the amount of work that he's putting behind it, the craftsmanship that's behind his actual craft with blacksmithing, the dude's extremely talented, extremely humble, and please go check out his social media, and it's Luke Delmeyer at Instagram. That's where you're going to get a lot of his knives. He's testing the knives.
But you forgot the coolest part.
What's that?
You want to make your own knife?
Yeah.
He's got classes.
Yeah. That's right.
He has his own classes. You can go there, look like an idiot, because that's what I'll probably look like when I do mine. But you can go there, and he offers classes and teaches you how to make a knife. And I think that's awesome because there is no one and nowhere in this area that does that.
No. And if you're looking for a custom knife of any range, whether it's something that you're just looking for hiking, or if you're looking for a chef knife, or you're just looking to collect something as a hobby, go check out his social media, check out his webpage, get in touch with him, and see which knife is right for you. And that's lukedelmeyer.com. And thank you for being a sponsor. PMR, Precision Maintenance Repair. Precision Maintenance Repair is owned and operated by Doug Silstra. He's a longtime friend of mine and recently moved back to the area and reached out about sponsoring the show. So I'm going to give you some information on Precision Maintenance Repair. It's a mobile RV service that he's been doing for a really long time. He's extremely skilled and qualified in it. He's been in the industry for over 22 years, and he started his own business. So I'm going to give you some information on it. PMR has been working in the RV industry for over 22 years and has the experience and factory training in all areas of RV service and parts. They provide convenient on-site mobile RV repair services to Allentown, Bethlehem, Easton, PA, East Stroudsburg, and the Poconos and surrounding areas. They repair all makes and models of RVs, fifth wheels, toy haulers, truck campers, travel trailers, vans, conversions, pop-ups, horse trailers, boat trailers, utility trailers, and more. All conveniently at your location. So they will travel out to you, and Doug will completely fix everything on site. He does some of the on-site services include electrical, appliance repair, refrigerator service, water heaters, furnaces, roof, basement, air conditioners, generators, RV, bodywork, plumbing, hitches, tow bars, bearing, packs, axles, travel services, electric and surge back services, generators, hitch installation, tow installations, and more. If you are looking for anyone to fix your RV, he will come to you. It's Precision Maintenance Repair, and it's call or text, and that's 484-387-0048, and that's 484-387-0048 for on-site RV service today. You can also find them on RVRepairProLV.com. That's RVRepairProLV.com. Reach out, get a hold of Doug, and I'd like to see his business grow. It's exciting having friends that have businesses, and then when they want to be a part of the show, I try and do my best effort to help them grow. So give Doug a follow, check out his online, and if you have any questions or comments, you can hit me up directly or reach out to Doug. But thanks for sponsoring the show. Oh, you're good? So I do this wrong every fucking opener. Never Again Radio, episode 30. It was good. I moved the mic away. Welcome to Never Again Radio, guys. You guys are the owners and operators of Five and Dime Easton Skate Shop.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Of course.
Glad to be here.
You guys have a bit of history with Easton because I met you working with Carlos, and I didn't realize that you had owned and operated a skate shop in Easton way back.
That's correct. 1994, 95 for about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
We started it though out of my old partner Thomas's attic. We sold 2 brands, Fucked and Extra Large. And
those are solid brands, though.
Yeah,
From back then,
everybody
those were
wanted
big,
it, especially in the '90s. So
Yeah.
that's what we just set it up on his pool table. We put out flyers all over the place, and people came. And then we finally opened the shop up in October '94.
So what'd you guys do? Just kind of move everything out of there until you were like, hey, I think we have something here?
Out of the
attic.
Oh yeah, well no, we kept it there, and we
kept it there and just officially opened
we
then?
officially opened and moved the stuff there, and then we got other brands, But back then, the streetwear brand, there was a handful of streetwear brands.
How are you getting the access to the brands? Like, because I know what it's like with having to like open a shop and stuff. Like back then, it's probably a lot harder than it is now at contacting people.
Well, fortunately, we had a great contact.
Yeah.
My cousin, Eric. So he set us up with Extra Large because they were actually partners together in L.A. They had an X-Fucked store down there. So they were partners, and so we got them no problem. And once we got those 2 brands in,
That legitimate, made you guys a legitimate establishment.
and we could pretty much get what we wanted then.
Hell,
I
that's
didn't
awesome.
think about that. That had to be difficult back then, because now you can find the people online, email them, and go, "Hey, we're interested, in putting your stuff out." And how did you? Yeah, you just gotta write to them.
Well, yeah. Well, you
Send
know
a
what?
pigeon.
I think it's more.
Or go to a competition or something. And
I think it's more difficult now. I mean, because
really?
More people asking for stuff.
Yeah, and like in the beginning, you got to get you want to buy their stuff, and they want a list of brands that you're carrying, and you're not carrying any brands because so everybody's saying the same thing. So you got to hook up with one distributor.
Yeah.
At first, and then carry their brands, and then slowly trickles down, and you get what you want. And it takes a while.
What were you guys moving first? Just apparel, or were we moving decks as well?
In '94.
Yeah.
Yeah, just apparel. That was it. And then when we opened the shop up, it was 500 square feet. Then we upgraded to another one right next door, which was 550 square feet.
But that's how I remember skate shops.
Yeah,
like they were holes in the they weren't big stores.
Nah,
they weren't Zoomies and shit like that now.
Yeah, it was cool. We had about 15 boards maybe tops, and we had a couple racks that sold Extra Large and Fucked and a bunch of other brands that don't exist anymore. But it was a blast. But at the time, it was right out of high school.
Was it called Five and Dime?
Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
called
How you
Five
could
and
keep
Dime.
it the same.
Yeah, my partner I think came up with that. I think we were talking about Woolworths in the car, Five and Dime stores, and he's like, "This name our store, the Five and Dime." I'm like, bingo.
It's a solid name.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
stuck. And but yeah, it was a crazy experience. We were young,
And
really
you skated at the time and were in the culture deep. I think that's my favorite skateboarding culture is 90s.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Oh, you can't beat the 90s.
Yeah.
The good thing about it is it kind of did a circle, and it's kind of like it was in the 90s,
Yeah.
But yeah, back then it was different. The streetwear industry is just flooded right now, as opposed to compared to how it was. But yeah, I mean, we were in high school. We decided we wanted to open up the shop while we were.
What grade were you guys in?
Seniors.
Ah, that's cool.
So we went out to visit my brother Chip and Eric, who lived out in California at the time, and that's when we got. I think I was 16. Yeah, 16 years old. And we went down to see the X-Fuck store. And
That's crazy to be chasing opening up a skate shop and all that shit when you're 16 years old.
Well, yeah, we knew it when we were in high school.
Yeah.
We were avid
What influenced
skateboarders.
you to even want to do that? Were you?
You should have been on the trip.
Yeah, well, yeah, the trip was crazy.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, you're 16 going out to LA. What wouldn't get crazy?
Well, I'll tell you, yeah, we were DJs, in the clubs.
Hey, man, that's the best time. That's the best time.
Yes. So we got in everywhere, and just being at his shop, and it was just like right there, and then we're like, oh yeah, we have to do it. So we went back, and
So you basically were out in LA and saw like, hey, this is like a legitimate thing that works out here, and it's not even, they're not doing anything like that in the area we're in.
no, absolutely not. There was nothing downtown. I mean, during that era, there was absolutely nothing going on down there. So we thought it'd be cool and fun, but you have to have a business mind too as well, and we kind of didn't have that at 18 years old.
No, it's hard
17,
to.
18.
It took me a long time to develop a business mind behind the brand and everything I'm doing. It almost took, I'd say it was over like 10 or 11 years of just straight creating and then not paying attention and then being like, oh, I think like this is what I have to do on the back. Like maybe you should start paying attention. But when you get obsessed with that creating and you're passionate about it and you love doing that and like you're going out to LA, it's probably one of the least things, especially at that age, that you would even be focused on.
Yeah, I didn't expect it at all. You know, it was a crazy party, but then I was more focused. At the time, I was having a kid at 16 years old, so I wanted to get my ducks in a row. College wasn't going to go on because, you know, I just wasn't feeling it, so that's what I wanted to do. But like I said, it only lasted 2.5 years, and since the day we closed up, I wanted to reopen up another shop. But, you know, it just took some time, and 20 years.
In that time, was it just kind of itching in the back of your head?
Always.
Like, yeah.
And I would always call my partner, my ex-partner. He lives in New York now, and say, hey, let's do it again. And you know, he wanted to, but financially he couldn't do it, and he's in New York, so it wasn't going to work out. And so happens, you know, Chip comes home, and we're like, you know, we just thought about it. Hey, let's open up a store. And
what was your thought on it when he reapproached you after being involved in it back then, and then knowing that, you know, I mean, you probably knew he wanted to do it for all these years, and then for him asking you like, hey man, do you want to do it? Like, did you take him serious at first?
Well, I did. I did take him serious at first, but when I moved back, I didn't move back because of what we're doing now. It just so happened that the timing was right, but I took him serious, but I didn't have any clue as to what the skateboard community was doing in, you know, in Lehigh Valley, Easton, you know, if you want to call it Bethlehem, Allentown, whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know, I followed his lead, basically.
Yeah.
And the big part was getting a shop that made sense as far as, we're, you know, not in a mall, not in a strip center, you know, any other strip mall, whatever you want to call it. It was the right location. You know, the logistics of it really had to make sense. And we kind of lucked. We got lucky a little bit. But, yeah, I took him seriously. And like I said, when I moved back here, it wasn't for that. And we just kind of stumbled our way through to where we are. I mean, it kind of sounds stupid, but...
No, I feel like if you're honest about how things usually start, that's how it is. I feel like there's always a stumble, and then it's just like getting shit in place. And then,
for sure.
I mean, I feel like there might be some people who have a better start in the beginning, but eventually it just becomes rocky because you're just running a business and it's sales, and sales is crazy.
Yeah.
And then it's like the culture has changed so much from the 90s to now. So it's like now you're having to adapt. And like, how hard was that to do with like seeing what the culture used to be and kind of like what you watched it change into now? Because I mean, I'm sure you watched skateboarding the entire time. It is not what it was in the 90s. I think it's completely socially acceptable now. Like it's a whole nother ball game.
For sure. I mean, you got kicked out everywhere you went before. I mean, you couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite things.
That was, exactly. we would love going to the college, and we knew we were going to get chased out of there.
College,
that was part of the fun of it, you know?
At least you could last 10 minutes back then. Now you last like...
No, it's like 3 seconds, and then they just get it for footage of getting thrown out.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, I remember we would go down to Keppel's all the time because the store it went under, and then we'd Keppel's curb, and we'd wax it, and we were there for sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes an hour, and the cops would come, and then there'd always be the older kid who would be driving. There wasn't Uber.
Oh, we had that. We had the older guy that drove us around.
Yeah, and then my parents was like, "Who's this kid? Who's this kid?
Right.
Older kid driving you guys around a skateboard?"
The 16-year-old.
Yeah, and then he's got to meet my parents. Well, hey, this is Jason Carell. My mom's like, "I heard about you.
Right.
You better not hurt my kids."
Right.
Blessing people with holy water.
Yeah.
And then we get in the car. Let's smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's funny because
such an awesome time.
The older guy that would drive us around didn't even skate.
Yeah.
He just had the car, and he was just like the cool guy that wanted to be around us all the time. But he was like, "Yeah, hey, I'll drive you wherever you want to go."
No.
He was just.
That was part of the adventure, though, is you had to. But now you could essentially get picked up by Uber and be taken anywhere.
Yeah.
And just go skate by yourself if you wanted to.
Yeah. Before you just got in the street and just freaking rode miles and found a spot and hung out there for an hour, go to the next spot, and we built a lot of ramps. That's what we were.
Oh, that's right too.
Pipes. I mean, that was big. All of our friends, we all, got together and we just built a ramp in the backyard and skate that. We were really big into ramp. I mean, it wasn't really vert, but maybe an 8-foot ramp with a foot of vert.
Yeah, but nobody had shit like that back then.
No.
My brother had one for a while, but then people would come from all over, and they wouldn't ask permission, and my dad would be like, "Who the fuck are these kids?"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Look, my dad was probably my age."
Yeah.
I'm like, I wouldn't put up with that shit.
My buddy had a ramp. This is a long time ago, and Dave Mirra showed up there on his bike.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy. I didn't know who it was until he left. I was like, that was Dave Mirra. I was like, holy crap! No, he's not around anymore. But
Yeah. So with like, were you into the ramp culture as well, just because it was so hard going everywhere with street? Because we kind of would, I mean, we were younger, so if we got to go skate at like my buddy Tucker's ramp, like we'd have to go there early, and then the older kids would come, and then, unless you could hold your own, which I never could. I mean, I could drop in and shit, but they'd be like snaking me and be like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, right. Well, we built the ramps together, so it was like our ramps.
Yeah.
And I was there was a stage there, but that's all I wanted to do was skate ramps. I mean, and then there was a point where I just wanted to skate street, but I think for me, my favorite was skating ramps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Street was always difficult, but with ramp, at least I could like turn around.
Yeah,
and
right.
then, like if I stuck with it, I could do like a couple thing.
Right.
Where street, it was just always too difficult for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my friends would be doing all this crazy stuff, and I'd just be like,
yeah,
all right.
I know.
Yeah.
Stick to the basics.
My knees hurt.
Yeah, I know.
So then when you decided to reopen it, like what was your vision of the store?
Pretty much, I mean, pretty much the same as it was in the 90s. I wanted to, obviously have a bigger shop, but, get some products in there that were, just smaller brands, test the market out a little bit, but like I said in the beginning, it was hard. We only had like one distributor. We could only, sell certain things. And so it took I'm still, like right now, it's readily available for me to go out and get the brands I want. But yeah, I just wanted to be a little bit bigger. We're carrying shoes now. Before in that old store, we didn't carry shoes. So we're just we're spending a lot more money, investing a lot more into it, trying to do it the right way. And
how are sneakers to deal with? It's got to be a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
Expensive.
Well,
and you got to get all the sizes.
Yeah, it's like you got to get all the sizes. You're gonna half of them are gonna sit. So it's like how much money are you really gonna make off of them? You know?
And what brands even still move anymore? Is it still just kind of like the solid ones that are there, or is it like?
Well, you always have Vans, which we don't have yet because you have to be open for a year in order to get them. So we're carrying like S Footwear, America, Lakai's. Nike SB is hard to get to right now, but like I said, we've only been open for 7 months, so it's gonna take a little while to get these accounts set up. Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into all that shit.
Oh man. And picking the sizes, you
never know.
We kind of know like what sizes sell now.
Yeah.
But we took a couple hard hits first.
For sure. Even when I just ordered the sweatshirts, I was like, all right, I'll order smalls because everyone always bitches I don't have smalls for their kids or other shit. And then I order smalls. And then one person that had asked me to get them was that. But then there's other people who hit me, you don't have these in that size. And then so I went light on double XL because they're more expensive and you're upcharged. And then I went more on the small. And then now everyone wants the double XL, which sometimes it's hard to sell. And then now I could have sold 3 times the amount of double XLs that I purchased, and I'm just sitting here and I'm like, You're never right on what to get.
Double XL, yeah, double XLs are hard to sell. And
they cost more. And I don't think people realize that it's like $2 more for that. And then if you get in the triple XL, you're looking at $2 to $3 more for each T-shirt. And then I have people I'll special order stuff for people. I'll be like, hey, can you get 4X? And I don't give a shit, but I'm definitely not keeping 4X in stock.
No, it's a waste. Yeah, or that. You'll have our base is like medium larges. Those are the top
Yeah.
sellers. I mean, even extra large, depending on the brand. Like,
And
on
it's
the
so weird how
brands.
the style went because now kids don't wear everything big.
Exactly. They
It's
wear
so
it tight.
weird to me.
I know. They got big guys coming in wearing medium shirts. Like, I don't
They
know,
got
man.
no business wearing
Yeah.
medium either.
No, and they don't care. And I'm just like, well, I'm in a double XL now. I would never wear an
Right.
XL.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit at all.
I know. And every brand's different too, as far as the sizes go. That's another learning curve. Say like for instance, like Stussy, their stuff runs so big.
How crazy that they came back full circle.
I know. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah. We love their stuff. It's expensive, but it's worth it.
No, I always liked that.
Yeah.
That was a big thing in the 90s
Yeah.
as well. And it was expensive back then, but it was more of like a premium product.
Yeah.
They always had really good quality.
Oh,
and
yeah, it's quality.
I feel like they were ahead of the curve on some of their quality with their stuff.
Yeah.
I remember they had that 8-ball hat. Like, I feel like that's what put them on the map.
Oh, yeah. It's badass.
Did they remake that?
The shirts I seen.
Yeah.
I'm not, they probably have the hat, but I mean, I've seen the shirts out.
I remember I got it for Christmas.
Oh, yeah? That's a good gift.
Yeah. What other brands do you see that came from the 90s that are kind of coming back in rotation?
Well, I tried working with Extra Large again.
Yeah.
But they're not the same since, because Mike D owned the business back then, and he sold it. So it's a little different now. And I was going to get the product, but they were coming up with some ridiculous terms where you got to buy like 4 of each color of each size of
Yeah,
one
and I think a
design.
lot of
It's
people
like-
don't know how that shit works either,
Yeah.
where it's like they kind of have terms that you have to order a specific amount,
Yeah.
and then is there like a return? Like worth like are you allowed to give stuff back if you don't sell it?
No.
Like, you're
Hell
just-
no.
Yeah.
If they make it, no. No, I guess not. I don't remember that happening once.
Yeah.
But, I was going to do that, but then I'm like, I'm not sure if they're going to sell, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not like it was, It was very popular then, but not so much now.
It's got to be super stressful that you like get excited to bring a brand in and then it's a total crapshoot
Yeah.
on whether or not it's going to move.
We've had some disappointments, with a couple brands that we thought would move, popular brands, and nothing, no hit. I mean,
We won't mention
Yeah, I
names,
don't-
but yeah, there's a few brands.
You're like,
we
here's the list.
yeah, we'll not carry them again. Yeah, they just.
All right, let's do the top 5. What do we got?
What do you see moves the most out of there?
Fucked sells pretty well. A lot of board. We sell a lot of skateboards.
Yeah.
As far as clothing goes,
Well, that's the other thing I wanted to get into before we even get into this kind of stuff is like, I didn't know like when I talked to you guys, I didn't think Easton ever had a skate shop. And then you were like, no, like we did this before, but like was nowhere really to get boards and shit like that in Easton, correct?
not in Easton. There was nothing. Yeah. There was absolutely not. There was nothing anywhere besides amateur athletes.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was cool. But like I said, we only carried a few of them.
But that was the coolest thing I thought about what the store was, is I was like, oh, this is cool, because there's probably such a large skate community in Easton that no longer has to go anywhere and can support Easton the way like Bethlehem has like a massive support.
Sure.
But I think that's awesome that now Easton has the opportunity to step up and support their skate shop. Like it's theirs. That's awesome.
Yeah, Easton and surrounding areas like Jersey, Phillipsburg.
Yeah, because you're right by Jersey there too.
In Stroudsburg, we get kids
Yeah.
in Poconos. I mean, so
Nazareth too.
Nazareth, of course. Yeah.
Represent.
That's right.
Well, we got our one guy, Logan Truesdale.
Yeah.
He lives up here.
Nazareth native. He's one of our guys.
So yeah, it's nice to see a lot of the local. They come back. They bounce in and bounce out and bounce in.
And that's
bounce
huge,
out. Yeah.
especially for such an online market right now where you don't have to leave your house. You can order shit online. Like you don't really have to go shopping anymore. Like
I
when we
know.
grew up, you were excited to go to the mall. Now you go to the mall and it's like, what the fuck stores are in it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming stuff like skatewear isn't something you can
I gotta grab
go
something.
online and go, hey, that looks cool. Like that board looks cool. You
Yeah.
want to physically hold it
Exactly.
and
there's
be
some-
like, is this gonna work? Like, do I like the way that
for sure. And there's something about a skate shop. It's like, it's like a hangout spot. It's like a
Yeah,
spot
and that's where you find out what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. And you hang
Yeah.
out, you talk, and just shoot the shit. And
Well, it's the same thing
it's
with
like
shoes too. Like now, people I know people that only buy shoes online.
Yeah.
I've tried. And
Yeah.
they go to my house. I'm like, this
Yeah,
sucks.
that's you want to.
Like they look cool, and I can't put my foot in this damn. You know what I mean? Like stuff
Yeah.
like that. I don't think are ever gonna go away.
You want to feel the product. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, and I think a skateboard and stuff like that, and whatever, you want to see what it's like.
Also, newcomers that come in, they want to.
Well, they have no clue.
They have no clue, so they want to talk to you about, what size they want to get, what size trucks, what style wheels, all that. So it's easier to just, instead of, they'll order something online and that board's like shot in like a couple months,
Yeah. Well, plus you're relying on your friends to just go, hey, I want to get in the skateboard, and like, I'll hook you up. I'll get exactly what I ride.
Right.
But that's not, couldn't be for that person.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean? Then you're just like, oh, this sucks. But
That was also one of my favorite things growing up, is I vividly, to this day, remember going with my older brother, and then like it was his turn to pick a deck, and then like I always was waiting like, oh man, like I can't wait to get a deck. But I remember my mom taking me to the mall the whole time in my head being like, I'm gonna get to look through all these boards.
Yeah,
like that was such a big deal back then. And then to get I remember there was a Bill's Bike Shop, was it, over in the corner, and my mom bought me, or my grandmother took me, and she bought all of us skateboards. And I look back, like I was like, I can't believe my grandmother dropped that kind of cash on us three idiots. But she bought me one of my first skateboards was a mini Gator, and it was like it was almost like triangled at the top. I wish I would have. And then when it went to popsicles, I took it to wood shop to cut it because I wanted to have a board like everyone else. And now I look back and I was like, man, if I would have kept a mini Gator,
we
murderer.
talk about it. No, we talked about it before, but yeah, when I had a skateboard when I was younger, I remember my dad was like, all right, let's go get a skateboard. So I went to amateur and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I got a Vision Psycho stick.
Hey, that was my favorite board.
I literally went through everything I saw in the magazine. I was like, I want a Vision Psycho stick.
Yeah.
And he goes, cool. And I go, Tracker trucks, slime ball wheels,
Yeah.
and I want Pal Peralta rails. And my dad's
Tracker
like,
trucks.
what? And I go, trust me, this is how it is. And I took it home. I was like, wow, I don't.
What was the magazine that came, where you could get in the mail? Was it Cheapskates it was called, or not? I'm trying to think. In it just had the graphics of the decks, and it was just I'm trying to remember what the fucking. It was just a small magazine like that, almost a pamphlet. And I remember my buddy would get it.
Zines.
Yeah.
It was like a zine.
Was it like just a catalog, basically?
Yeah, it was a catalog, but it was like only
really
a couple of my
shitty,
friends
like
would get it.
newspaper, like it was a zine.
Well,
it was just,
It was full color, and I remember it was just small, and you would roll through it, and it would just have all like the Santa Cruz graphics and all that stuff.
but once again, you don't know what it's like.
But I remember I would like look through that for months, and then my mom would be like, "Okay, we can go get a board." And I don't think the price of them changed that much.
Not at all.
And then we would go there, and then I remember looking through all the decks. And
I only had mine for a month. I stole it.
I would never. If I had kids, I would never have the patience my mom had. I'd be in the store for literally an hour, just going like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Well, Michael, you have to pick something. Well, it's down to these two, and then I'm standing on it, and like.
Oh yeah. There was nothing like it. Nothing like going to the skate shop, and picking your board out.
Do the kids still do that? Like they come in and like or is it kind of like changed as far as like it's just
like
less of a production for the kids?
It depends who they are. I mean, if it's like the locals, they come in and know exactly what they want.
Yeah.
But I had a kid this morning come in. I think he was 9 with his mom, and he was just looking at all the decks on the walls and just like, and we happened to just get all these pre-assembled complete boards in yesterday. So, I was like, what about this? He wanted to assemble his own board, but he wanted, the size wasn't for him, so his mom talked him into it. She's like, you can just play with the trucks, and he wanted to build a board, but it was going to cost more.
Yeah.
So they went with the cheap one, but it was cool.
Do you know how they found out about the store or why they went in?
This one in particular, I don't know. Yeah, we usually, because I know she looked familiar, but
that's cool that they came in for that.
From Bethlehem too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Allentown actually. Yeah. Yeah, we get people from all over the place. I mean, we're still getting a lot of. We never knew you were here. You know?
We got a lot of that.
Yeah.
But it's just a work in progress, I guess.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard to let anyone know you're anywhere anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
You just get buried.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
there's still people that come here and they're like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm just like, but I mean, I'll run into people outside and they'll be like, what's this going on here? I mean, there's people that don't know that I'm doing this in this town.
In this town,
And this
exactly.
town's like, what, 80 people?
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Somebody was came in the shop. And he's like, I tried to find your place. I was down the street and I asked this guy with a Thrasher hat on. He said, you know where the Five and Dime is? He goes, Five and Dime? I never even heard of it. He's wearing a Thrasher hat.
But now I was gonna ask it. So is Thrasher just like it's like the hip hop community has Thrasher sweatshirts now?
Everybody has Thrasher. Yeah.
Like I from what I do, so I'm walking around and I went into the jail and it was just like people that normally you wouldn't see wearing Thrasher stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm like, does anyone even really know what that is, or is
Yeah.
that just like a fashion statement? Like they just like that it's flat, it's Thrasher, and it has like fire on
I
it.
think a little bit of both. I think
Yeah,
it's a fashion
and I was like,
statement.
man, I hate when shit turns.
I know.
And it becomes like a fucking stylistic
yeah.
thing, and it doesn't. Yeah,
Yeah, once it hit the fashion runway, which
That
I think
sucks.
it did a few years ago.
yeah. Like I
in
saw
the
like some
Milan-
old lady wearing it, like an
Yeah.
older lady. I'm like, you're not fucking. You don't know what that is.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's
I feel like sometimes that helps and makes like I feel like a lot of that made skateboarding a little bit more socially acceptable, but then it's also I feel like there's a lot of like the diehards that are just like, what are you doing fucking with our stuff?
Yeah, and there's some people that actually say, hey, as long as you're supporting that industry, you know, go for it.
yeah.
You know.
It's weird because then music has such an influence.
Yeah.
So it's like as soon as that stuff comes up in a video or something like that, then you have a whole following behind music
yeah.
is just like buying the stuff because they saw one person wearing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god, an influencer.
Yeah, I guess you would.
Say it
That's
isn't
what it
so.
would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's got to be weird seeing it from how far back it was when you started to like what the hell it is now.
It was punk back then.
Yeah.
It was
That's
all-
why I always liked it because no one else was doing it. And like
Yeah.
there was 5 of us in the town and we were just probably known as the troublemakers and we would skate. I mean, we definitely were making trouble, but like it was no one was wrong with what the fuck they were judging us by. But like that's why I always liked it. It was like the 5 of us who were kind of outcasts, but we were kind of accepted because they were like we were funny. But like we would mouth back to the teachers like that. I feel like that shit doesn't go on anymore, and it's just like everybody in a high school now. Like it was all cliques back then. Like the skateboarders didn't get along with the sports athletes, and now it's like you have such a crossover where there's a football player wearing a Thrasher T-shirt, and then there's somebody who doesn't skate wearing like a CKY shirt, and then like it's really has just completely just been this like melting pot now.
Yeah,
almost.
I agree with that. Yeah, it's like I mean, there's a lot of sifting through. I mean, I mean, I'm constantly like online, just trying to, you know, just pick up new brands, and even brands that I see that are so-called popular. It's like, but some of the companies that we carry won't sell to you if you're carrying like certain trendy brands like that. So you got to be careful there. So we stick with the safe stuff as well. Thrasher Santa Cruz, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah.
That stuff sells. But
Yeah, that stuff always sells. I mean, it's the lion's share of what we do is the staples sell.
Yeah, I mean, it hits everybody. It hits the
Yeah.
old people
Yeah.
or the older people who are like, I remember that. Like, my buddy bought me a Thrasher t-shirt or sweatshirt. It's just the original one where it's like in flames. And I'm like, awesome.
yeah,
Like, that was such a part of my life. And then you have the newer people who it's just becoming a part of their life. But now it means something totally different. So then now you're selling to both markets.
Yeah, and the brands evolve too. They do different things. They're
For
not,
sure.
They're not
Mine
just,
has changed a bunch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you have to change. I mean, like, I feel like there was a point where I knew I was no longer catering to, like, when I started it in my late 20s, like, then when I got into my 30s, then I was just like, all right, well, I have no fucking clue what a 16-year-old would wear.
yeah.
And then I had a decision on whether or not to try and market myself to them.
Yep.
And then I was like, fuck it. I don't want to do that. I'd rather market it towards older people, and then just started doing less crazier stuff and simpler branding and like doing like windbreakers and stuff that I know my friends would wear,
Yeah.
which some of the kids end up wearing, but like I had to make a decision with my brand on where I wanted to go with it. And I didn't like, I started this whole thing because I didn't like tight clothes and I wanted to do shit I liked. I mean, a lot of my early stuff is kind of basically skateboard, old school graphics. And then to where it is now, and it's just like I started it not wanting to cater to anyone. Why would I want to cater to anyone now? I mean, I feel like your brands have to change.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot. About buying the brands that the stuff that you like. You have to cater down, to your age demographic.
And that's hard too.
Yeah, and which is in our case is like, I don't know. I think it's like 18 to 25. So something that we might not like, somebody else is gonna like. So you got to cater to them as opposed to.
And it's weird stuff like colors.
Yeah, they're big. Colors are big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all back right now.
Yeah.
It's all cartoon looking
Or
stuff.
like, what was it? Probably like what, 2 years ago? It was all like super 80s neon with like Riff Raff came in then, and then like that whole wave of like Super Soaker style 80s shit, and then it's just it's weird when stuff like that comes out of nowhere, and then it changes everything, and then it's like now bright colors are selling.
Yeah,
It's really weird how it's just a constant wave of just change.
Yeah, sure is. Yeah, colors are selling. It used to be dark, black, and like the grunge scene.
Yeah. How the fuck do you stay on top of any of that?
I don't know, man. I don't think you can.
You can't. I feel like you have to go at your gut.
Yeah.
And then you kind of cater to probably a couple kids that come in there, and then they kind of tell you like, oh, what would sell better?
Yeah.
But then that could be a rabbit hole where you lose a bunch of money too.
Yeah. Yep.
You're nuts for opening a shop.
I know,
right? What the hell
Everybody
were we
said
thinking?
that too.
Yeah. You're good though. I like it. It takes a certain specific type of person that wants to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I had to do it, Otherwise, I would.
I stopped at
forgive
T-shirts
myself.
for a while, and I was talking to somebody today about it, and it's just back in my head. I kept designing T-shirts, and it's like I feel like there's something about answering to what is itching at the back of your head, whatever it is. But it's like the fact that you are taking the risk and doing that because it's something that you want to fulfill. Like that's awesome.
Yeah,
It makes your shop that much more special, I think.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I like it. At the end of the day, it is just a skate shop, and it's it's a fun thing to do for me. It's like,
It's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, it's always. Yeah, I mean, we're not, killing it. We're not like breaking the bank and paying. We're not even paying ourselves, anything right now.
You're growing.
Yeah, so we're putting the money back into the business, and that's what we want to do, and hopefully branch out and possibly open maybe another store somewhere.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's a blast right now. So.
Where do you see like you wanted to open it, and like I understand that you probably had a vision of the store and opening it and whatnot, but like in the back of your head, do you have a specific place that you want to take this, or is this kind of all open waters where like do you, when you wanted to open it, did you picture having 2 stores, or did you just want to get it up and going, and now it's just kind of like what was your vision for it completely?
In the beginning, just getting the store open.
Yeah.
And as time went on, maybe pick another location and have another one. But coming into it, we didn't think about having 2 stores. We're still trying to get this one up and going. But Easton's a good area, but it is still Easton. And it's not like.
Did you guys grow up in Easton?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he moved to California for a while. But
Yep. I graduated Easton High. 84, baby.
Coming back, that was probably awful, the weather change for you.
The cold weather doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Although we
I mean,
haven't had it this year.
you grew up around it, so.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I spent, time there in California and then obviously back here. But yeah, it's fine. I'm not worried about it. Like I said, have we had winter yet? I don't.
No. I think it only snowed
Hey.
twice.
Yeah, barely.
Just
I'll take
kidding.
it.
It's still cold. I'm selling sweatshirts if anyone's interested.
Yeah, I gotta grab one.
It's still shitty out. I don't care what anyone says.
No,
They're like,
I know.
oh, the
It's-
groundhog. I'm like, it was fucking flurrying today.
Exactly.
Fuck off.
It's not spring
It's cold.
yet. It is.
I don't care what that rat saw. It's cold out.
Hey, the big one's still coming.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
It hasn't hit yet. It's
I would
coming.
love if we got smashed with snow. But I mean, my birthday's in March. We've definitely gotten snow
Oh,
in
hell
March
yeah.
before. And
Oh,
it
yeah.
always sucks till about the end of March.
It does, and there's always but it's just
Could-
like it'll snow and it'll melt, and then it's just a mess.
Could even be Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. with
Easter
this.
eggs in the snow, right?
You
Yeah.
never know.
Where do you see your guys, like with what you're doing now, like, and where you're like, kind of, with where you're at and the time that you've grown, like, how fast do you think it's going to be to the point where you're like it's going to be busy?
like busy how we want it. Yeah. I would say, it's already picking up right now. I think the spring is going to be very busy. I think this whole season, spring and summer and fall, will probably be pretty busy. And I think after next year, we'll probably be going pretty strong.
Because like what's like the big times for you guys? Like, I mean, obviously summer, but like where do you start seeing like a drastic pickup?
Well, it depends. Well, we weren't open in April. We opened in June. So June was busy. August is a pretty slow month for some reason. Everybody's on vacation. September and October,
including us.
Yeah. September and October picked up, and actually November was huge. But there's festivals that go on downtown that really help out, with business. I mean, it's just flood. Like,
were you guys a part of any of the festivals last year?
No, we didn't.
We were open, but we do displays outside.
Oh yeah,
but we don't. I mean.
Do you have plans on trying to do stuff?
Well,
I mean, that either works or it's just a total pain in the ass.
The thing with doing a booth or whatever, it's almost counterproductive because then people won't really come into the shop if they.
Well, they did something out front here, and they wanted me to pay to stand in front of the store. They're like, you can set up out front, and it's this much money. And I'm like, why the fuck would I give you money to stand in front of my store that's already here?
Yeah, right.
I'm like, what? They're like, you can set up in front of your store. And I'm like, but it's here.
Still said you should have put a table right in the vestibule up there and just had somebody stand outside with one of those spinny signs.
Yeah.
So people.
Just flip it up and down.
Just to be
it's
crazy.
Hard.
It's hard because some
people are like, what is he doing? Like, the store's right here.
It's hard to gauge that stuff where it's actual stuff they're trying to do with the community or if it's more chamber of commerce stuff and it's just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Well, I know here too, a lot of that stuff, nobody's buying stuff. They're just walking.
Yeah.
They're just using it as like a thing to do, but they're not buying anything. They're not.
Like Garlic Fest and Bacon Fest are huge.
Well, I mean, there's
tons of people.
So many people come in for that.
So for those events, we could set up a booth, like say in a circle or something like that, and keep a couple things down there and send people down to the shop. But I don't know if it would be worth it.
They have to come down to the shop, otherwise it makes no sense.
Can't sell everything in the booth.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, what would you put in the booth? I mean, you
That's
got a couple things,
a
couple boards, and it'll be like, and the first thing we say was this what you guys got?
Yeah, you got to go over there.
It's like, we sell just from this table. That's all it is.
And you're going to lose them immediately.
Yeah.
They'll be like, okay, next booth.
Right.
I mean, honestly, stuff like that, the best thing is handing out T-shirts or flyers, just saying, hey, yo, we're
down
here.
The street, yeah,
this is where we're at, because that's all you could really do.
Yeah, we have some of our guys doing that. They'll go out and during these events and hand out stickers and stuff like that.
Stickers are still fucking killer, man. Everybody wants a sticker.
Yeah,
I
made stickers. I put them in with every shirt. But that was part of the thing back in the 90s. Whenever I would buy stuff, is they had the stickers attached to the stuff, and it was like, they was so big to get stickers.
Oh, it's huge. It's great. Now you got to pay for them.
Yeah, it's crazy how all that stuff changes.
Yeah,
you give away free stickers. It's like free gas.
Yeah.
They just flock to it, and it's like they're really kind of cheap.
You don't. Actually, are cheap now. I get that. Well, I sent you that.
Yeah.
You use them or no?
No, I mean, I looked into it. Yeah. It's just finding finding out how I can utilize, like if I get into patches, like that's the other stuff too. Is like now, it's like I look at stuff and I'm like, all right, well I can do patches, and it's like, all right, well I can put that on hats. I can put it on book bags. You can put it on. It's pretty crazy the connections you can get to. Like, I feel like it's easier to set up a clothing company and you have so many more connections to it, but the sales end is still the same monster of dealing with the market and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's crazy. Like somebody was asking me about t-shirts and like getting involved in that, and it's just like there's so much involved in it. And then it's just like you think to yourself at times, why the fuck am I doing this? But it's like I'm just extremely passionate about it.
Yeah. Well, do what you love.
Yeah. Where do you guys see yourself with like doing events or anything like that?
Yeah. Well, we're probably gonna have a grand opening at least, starting in for June. But
it's always hard planning. I've been planning that for 3 years.
I was gonna say
3 years.
We're going on 8 months right now.
Dude, it's hard to get up and do that shit.
At this point, it's like, okay, well, might as well just do it for a year. Yeah. We'd like to get some, start some events. Some show, some I don't know, some demos or something, get something going
Well,
on.
they
but-
still do that Easton Out Loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a good opportunity to jump in and do stuff. Because what do they do? Like section a block off, and then it's like a couple stores.
Every store opens up till 9.
Yeah.
And in the summertime, it's happening right now. They do have it, but it's kind of slow. In the summer, it's happening because everybody's walking around, and you get a lot of people in. But I mean, it's worth staying open, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah, no, I saw a couple of my friends that had tattoo shops and whatnot, and they were like, they really allow you to kind of do like even Two Rivers, like they like shut down a section and do like these big wheel races. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like Easton allows their businesses to do a lot of really cool stuff.
They do. We got the short end of the stick down the street because they block. They always block that road off. So
Well, this is the first year that they ever did anything on this half of the block.
Yeah, normally they block this end and do it that way.
Yeah.
oh
Now
really?
this
So
year
they
it's
stop
like,
at the ice
now
cream
it's
shop.
this way. It's
Oh,
sort
is
of like,
that right?
oh fuck, yeah.
Yeah, but they only did one thing.
Yeah.
It was like what was it, a beer festival, or what was the hell the thing even when that was out front?
I don't know. It was strange. They brought in new vendors though. We're used to having like the same stuff.
Yeah.
So now they're bringing around like a lot of food trucks and stuff will show up.
They,
Like a lot
they,
more.
make,
Really?
they make small attempts in the town,
But it
it's
was
like,
crazy because this time
nothing
too, I
ever
walked by and
sticks.
I was like, they had some dude selling like pepper spray and stuff, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Wait,
fuck
what?
yeah! Like I don't know, I need one of these booths. Like this,
Right.
is, yeah, it was just like, look, this maybe makes purses and stuff, and it's like, oh, pepper spray. Oh,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
all right.
Like we used to have they used to do the bike fest.
They still do it. Yeah, it's I forget what bike fest it is, and then we have Martin Guitar,
Martin on Main.
thing that everybody comes and plays. Martin.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
huge.
yeah. Martin
Yeah.
guitars. Yep.
Does this place is it getting better or is it
No.
worse?
I feel like
We're held
like-
back by old people.
yeah.
So anytime something cool wants to come in,
Yeah.
everyone who runs this town is old
Yeah.
and grumpy.
Yeah.
So
I used to have to
people
go to
bitch.
meetings for like when I redid the skate park.
Yeah.
Because my friends were taking their kids down there and it was just a problem. And then like, so I just went over and was like, hey, like, the place is a dump. Like, who's in charge? And the guy I was talking to at the time was like, me. And I was like, how can we fix this? So like when I had to get involved in that, that was such a nightmare. That was going to town meetings and then I had to go to separate meetings and the people on the board were just like old.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
just
they
like,
don't-
they're like, what do you mean? Like,
Well, the
Right.
thing is, people complain, but all I tell them every time is, then just go run for something.
Right.
Go run for something.
Yeah.
All you need is like 2 people to go in and fuck up a whole board.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go in and be like, no, I don't think this is right.
But nobody has a
No
solution.
one wants
right?
to do
Yeah.
it. No. So everybody bitches.
They complain with no solution.
And I read the minutes, and they're crazy. They
Yeah.
just approve everything. All their friends get all the work. And you're like, well, what the hell? Like,
it's
why isn't
crazy.
anybody doing
I used to have
it?
to sit through the meetings, and this one old lady was next to me, and she's like, "Pay attention. This is just like TV." And it
No,
was. It was just crazy the shit that goes on in those meetings. And then there's like people that go in there and then wait to be able to speak and stand up, and they're like, a lot of people aren't stopping at yellow lights. And then like,
Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah.
and then
it's
like
not like real,
yeah, like the
hard hitting.
like
Like,
somebody was trying to like blame my landlord by like saying that like he needs to repaint the lines out front and then like all this traffic is caused by him. I was like, what?
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy.
I feel like this town, as much as I've grown up in it, it's had some cool people come out of it, but it's never it just always gets in its own way.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
mean,
like,
you mean
and I-
post Andretti or what?
Yeah. So it's like it's honestly, and it is. It's completely because I remember when we were younger, they were doing in like Nazareth Day, and it would be like a whole weekend full of stuff, and then it was just the people involved. We had like an adult soapbox derby. Like you can't
Oh,
fuck it
yeah.
up. It's just people. The fucking radio station was there. It was just people hanging out. They were bringing drinks, sitting on their yacht. It was just normal people, hanging out. And then one guy fucking swerves from another one, takes him out, and they're like, "Oh, liability issues,
That's
we're
it,
done,
it's over."
done."
Yeah.
And it was like, "Oh wait, we're not gonna have a block party this year? Why not have two people are out drinking too late?" Yeah,
Wow.
that's what a fucking block party is.
yeah.
Exactly.
And then like
It's
businesses
just
will come
bad.
in.
It'll come in, and the people frown on. Like, I remember back in the day, they wanted to bring in a pool hall. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna bring a pool
Yeah.
hall." Guy went, checked it all out, and the board was like, "The pool hall brings in wrong type of people,
What's the wrong type of people?
people that they just don't want." here."
Right.
So then they go, "Well, there's nothing for the kids to do," and they always used to say, "Well, there's the speedway."
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's what, 2 races a year?
Yeah,
so now the
right.
kids do nothing all
Basically.
year.
Yeah.
Now there is no speedway. It's been years.
I mean, and we didn't have the skate park
I was
either.
just
So
gonna say-
growing up, we would just get yelled at all the time, and then
But they
basically
never
where
about
the
having bikes at the skate park. They don't
yeah,
want bikes
that was a
there. They
big
don't-
issue when I took control of that whole thing. Was like I was like at the meeting, I was like, hey, why aren't BMX bikes allowed there? Because it was my friends were just getting thrown out, and
Right.
then they were like,
By who?
like security or like cops that would go through.
Really?
You know, the borough would be like, hey, you're not allowed to have bikes in there. So then, you know, and the cops are like, we don't want to deal with this.
Right.
Like the borough's like, you know, the groundskeepers are like, we don't want to tell these kids to get out of here, but we're told we have to. So I remember standing up in the meeting and I was like, hey, why can't we have BMX bikes there? And they're like, well, this was a rule that was established by the guy who started it. And I have nothing bad to say about that guy. It was just a rule that he made up. And I'm like, well, he's no longer in charge and there's really no one in charge now. So can we change that? And then they just looked at each other and they were like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So now there is, and then that stopped the borough having to yell at people. It stopped
Yeah.
the police having to stop,
Yeah.
and then it was just normal. And then someone was like, well, what about scooters? And I'm like, is that causing a problem? They're like, yeah. And I was like, cool, let the scooters in. And then it was like, problem solved. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it took this?
Yeah, they
like
don't.
me having
they
to put
don't.
on a
just-
shirt
it
and
just took
tie.
you-
like I was like, what the
Listen,
fuck? It's common sense.
Was it that simple? I mean,
It
it was.
was.
literally-
No,
It
it
was.
It is. Like, there's literally, if you go down towards 191, there's a massive digital billboard that's real low to the ground. The town fought it and said, we don't want to allow that there.
Yeah.
And their reasoning was, because we don't want it. So the guy goes, well, you can't stop me. And they said, yes, I can. You can't do it. So the guy's like, all right, I'm not a moron. So I'm just going to go to Northampton County now, and I'm going to file a complaint, and I'm going to ask why. And they went in front of the judge, and they were just like, well, what's your reasoning? Well, there is no statute. Like, anybody can look up all the statutes. There's nothing saying you can't do it. Well, it's going to be a distraction. How?
it.
What? Just
Yeah.
don't look at the fucking board. Like, you
Right.
can put a blinking light all you want. If you don't look at it,
Yeah.
that's
I wanted
how
to reach out and advertise on it.
Yeah,
Hey, why not?
that's how this town
Yeah.
is.
That's
it's
crazy.
dumb
But
shit.
it sucks because it's like sometimes you get excited for stuff. Like they opened the brewery up, and then they were supposed to open a second brewery.
This could-
The second brewery never opened up.
No.
Then there was a barbecue shop across the street. The one, like, there's a main, most of the landlord, like the who owns this that I rent from, he owns a lot of stuff and he does some good stuff for the area. And then there's a couple of people who just randomly own buildings. And the guy who owns it across the street, he's always had issues with the electric. So like you'd get in there and now you're paying for somebody else's electric on top of yours.
Right.
So there was a barbecue place supposed to go in across the street. And I said to him, like, this is exciting. We can walk across the street. We can bring guests over there if they come a little early. Come early. We'll get some barbecue. And then we'll come over. We'll go over the show. And then it turns into they hand the guy, he goes to open his business. So it'd be like, you guys open up 5 and dime. And then you get an electric bill for $3,000. And you're like, we haven't had a light on. And they're like, you have to pay it. So
Right.
they're going to court. The barbecue place comes out. And then now the next to the barbecue spot is like a school for like a specific type of kids. I don't know what you would be labeled as, but like it's like a small school. So they just
it's
took
almost like a private. kind
so
of school,
now
yeah.
they took over that building. So now we lost retail a space to put something cool in to that. And then there was a lady who owned a jewelry store or makeup or whatever on the corner. So now this prime spot opens up and a daycare moves in.
Wow.
So it's like
It's non-retail.
yeah, so
all
it's,
non-retail.
Yeah,
so then it's like there's no foot traffic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do
No.
businesses survive here, or do they?
No.
Your business survives here if there's salons. There's a
Yeah.
barber shop
A
going
pe-
in
if you're
upstairs.
They always
Yeah,
say
that's what
that.
you're
a
saying.
bar, a pizzeria,
Yeah.
or some kind of hair place.
Like,
Isn't
how
there
would
enough pizzerias in this
There's
town
a lot.
right now?
There's I think there's more salons and barbershops
Yeah.
than pizza places, and we're over. Like, not kidding. There's over 10 pizza places, and like it's probably at 15, 20 maybe.
Yeah, it's
I mean, how much pizza can you eat?
a lot.
I mean, I
Clear-
get it.
Clearly,
But
a
it's so
lot.
weird. But they all survive.
Yeah, I wonder how a skate shop, like, if we didn't open up here.
Oh, we died. Remember-
how
I
it would
thought
fare.
about it because
Well, there's a
of
bike
the
shop.
park. Yeah.
You know?
Well,
Yeah, what
there's
was-
a bike shop here.
Wasn't there a Nazareth?
forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Still down
Oh
there.
God, what was the
Capici
name?
owned that.
Kurt's.
Kurt Cyclery. They're still open.
Kurt Cyclists open. They do pretty well.
They're
too.
down. They're down across from Giant. Like he carries what Giant bikes and
Mongoose. I think.
something else.
That's a good brand.
But he you know, I'm
Mongoose.
sure it went from BMX to where, you know, I go down there for I'm into mountain biking, but he's got like a core group of mountain bikers. So if you buy a mountain bike from there, you can go with them over to Jacobsburg. Like, you know, he's still over there.
He's
Well,
just
what happened to Nazareth Sporting Goods? Weren't they right here?
Oh yeah, that's right. I think I bought a thing from there.
They used to carry.
I think I bought rollerblades from there.
Yes, I did.
Okay, now you're dating me. That's not cool.
Yeah, no, I did too, actually.
Yeah, I think I asked them to sponsor me. They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." They're like,
Sorry,
"What are you
I'm
talking about?"
Yeah, no,
Should have kept my mouth shut.
That was gone a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's been gone a while, but
What was his name? My teacher owned that. Was it Capici? Remember?
I don't know who knows.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. That was 2 floors. That was a big
it was
fucking
huge.
store.
Well, remember they did ski stuff. Down
Yeah,
there.
that's what I
They
was
did
gonna say.
ski stuff, and then at the tail end they did snowboarding.
Yeah.
When we bought, I got Corey might or might not remember this. We got my cousin and I, Eric Bernetti, we got as a Christmas gift. We had to share it. Was
those are fun.
The first, yeah, right.
Fist fights.
The first
share a snowboard.
the first Burton. It was called. They had 2 models. They had a back hill and they had a backyard.
Yeah.
And the back hill was like the Ferrari of snowboards. So we got the back hill
Yeah.
instead of the backyard. And it came with a strap that was on the front.
Yeah.
Like you'd hold onto it like in front of your front foot.
It's crazy how much that culture's changed too.
Remember, like Nesters.
Yeah.
Like Nesters
Yeah.
has been gone for
Nesters.
years.
Yeah, same
I
thing.
forgot all about
Nesters
that.
was killing it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're like, we're done.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder if online just kills them. But I
Yeah.
forgot Nazareth Sporting Goods. I remember being in there as a kid and like that was a massive building. They probably
Huge.
had so much overhead
But
and
the
all
thing
that
is, too,
shit in
man,
there.
that's
It's
Yeah.
huge. Yeah,
But
2
that's-
stories.
To
But
fill
that's what's
2
disheartening.
stories.
This town
Think
has
about what you
room
guys
to
fill.
do tons of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just no one ever.
It like I said, it
Comes
gets
in.
hopeful. Like there's a barber shop going in above here. I talked to the guys. They seem really cool. Like they want to work on projects. They're like, hey man, like this is gonna be open 7 days a week. They're like, if you want to do promotional stuff and try and push people to the store, like the vibe of like his colors up there are kind of matching this. So like the lady up there before us, she was in the yarn and like would teach people how to sew. Like it didn't mix at all. Like I had all this weird shit in the window and then she had like fucking Betsy Ross on her side. Where these guys are like, I said to them, I was like, hey man, like I'm like, I don't like when you walk in, it looks like a dentist's office minus my bullshit everywhere.
Right.
And they're like, no man, they're like, let's paint it. So I'm like, cool. I'm like, let's pick a color. I'm like, I'll do it. Because they're like knocking walls down and installing plumbing. Like I'm excited, but I don't know what it's going to be how it's going to go for them, like unless they're bringing clientele in.
Are they local? Or
they have another one in Easton. It's a Brooklyn barbershop.
Brooklyn Bar on Northampton Street there. Yeah,
they're coming in above. They're opening a second shop, changing the name because I think it's also going to be a salon.
Okay.
But I met the owners. They're super like. They're ready to go. They got a plan.
Yeah.
They're like, we're bringing barbers in here. We're putting 8 chairs in here. So like, I'm hopeful, but at the same time, I said to them, I go, why the fuck did you come here?
I was gonna say, why Nazareth? Something must
probably
be
the
Did
rent.
you ask him how many tattoos do you guys have?
I think probably rent. You know, I don't think rent's crazy expensive around here. I think the other spot they were looking at was 25th Street. I mean, but that's the thing too, is what survives in here. If I would open anything, it would be a food spot or a salon.
Yeah.
I thought about, somebody offered me a couple spots and they were like, what do you think about doing a skate shop? And like, sometimes I think about it. I mean, this doesn't work out because of the stairs, but like, if they pull enough traffic and there's more traffic in the summer because of what's coming in here, but this is the trap. You get excited. I'm hopeful there's new blood coming in, but then it doesn't ever change. There's like a Hungarian restaurant going in up the street.
Yeah, it's a money trap.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about a skate shop, I mean, it can be a destination. You know? So
I think it'd be hard to do, but it could work. You would have to put in a lot of time. There's no foot traffic, but there is a lot of kids that skate in Nazareth. That park down there is full constantly.
Totally, yeah. A lot of kids that come down to our shop from Nazareth, and that's why I was just curious. I wonder.
Like I said, they're pretty open now. There's the people that run it now. There's 2 kids, right? That used to skate down there, the ones that handle all the stuff at the skate park.
I hope. I mean,
It's 2 younger kids.
There was a
and
bunch
they
of
were like,
shit that went down,
and
with
they're
the
running
borough
events and
me.
shit, and they're doing stuff down there. So it's like there's definitely parking, there's room, and
Yeah.
and the kids seem like they're willing to like give a shit.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was
So,
gonna
like, if
raise
they
a
get
bunch of
together,
money and
you
like
know?
put like a park in there, and was like looking to put like a pool, and I was having meetings and having my friends that still skate, and I was like, what do you think about doing this, that, and that? And then like I just ran into too many headaches, and I was just like, it was just like the kids were kind of too much, and then the borough was accusing me of stuff, and I was like, I didn't have to do any of
Accusing
this.
you
What the
What?
kids? The kids were like, what was wrong with the kids? Just
Some of the kids,
disrespectful
yeah,
and
some of the
shit?
kids in the beginning were like,
Well, it's
why?
not the kids, it's the kids' parents.
Well,
Oh.
I was a little bit of both. Like they were kind of coming at me, like, "Why isn't this fucking open?" And I'm
Right.
like, "Cause I'm doing this shit on my own time
Right.
after work, and I'm having my buddies come here
like you
and weld
resurfaced
ramps."
all the ramps.
Right.
We
So
were
you have to get
we
shit
were
so-
welding.
Yeah.
it was really only
And
one
you're
or two
resurfacing
kids.
the ramp like it's a process. And
Yeah.
the people are like, well, how fucking long is it going to take?
Wow.
As long as
Lucky
it fucking
somebody-
takes.
Lucky somebody's fucking doing
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah, and like the one kid was bitching at me, and I'm like, "You wouldn't be allowed to ride BMX here if it wasn't
Yeah.
for fucking me."
Right.
And it was only like they had to wait another week, and I get it, they're kids, but like it started crossing the line, and people started texting me, and I was like, okay. And then like I said some shit, and then some people's parents came on and apologized for shit, and I was like, look, I didn't want this to go here. And then the borough accused me of stealing a ramp, and I'm like, I'm fucking done.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Yeah, the best is they accused me of stealing it. It's because he was getting it welded.
it was broke. It was
He's like-
it was
he's like-
basically like this big flat fucking metal thing that like the kids would ollie on, ride
Right.
off, and it got fucking broke.
Right.
So I was like, this is wrecked, and I'm like, what I could do is I'll have my brother just cut it up, and then we're gonna use this as pieces to weld and fix all the other ramps, because those ramps went over time, the welds break on them, and they're not. I mean, they're durable, but there was things that like the whole thing was fucking moving, and my brother's like, well, if you would just tack weld this, and he's like, I could come down with my welder, so like I was using pieces of a ramp to save them money
Right.
to refix the ramps. And then they called me and they were like, hey, at the grand opening, we counted the ramps and there was 7 and there wasn't 8. And I'm like, yeah, I told you I was taking this. And they're like, yeah, they think you stole it. So I left work. I just told my boss, I'm like, hey, I got to go do something. I drove to my parents' house. I put it in the back of the work truck, and I called the guy and I was like, yo, where do you want this? And he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, well, you accused me of stealing this and it's broke. And if somebody uses it and breaks their fucking neck, this is on you. And I got nothing to do with this shit anymore. And he's like, well, you can just leave it where it's at. And I was like, nope, this is either going to go in the middle of the fucking park or you tell me where this. I was so pissed. This is fucking months of like calling other skate parks and trying to get grants and all. Like I was like
Trying to help
legitimately
out.
all in.
Yeah.
And then it was just I was like, fuck all this. And then I just kind of stopped working on it. And then every now and then I'll drive by and I'll be like, I wonder if I could like reach out about getting resurfaced. And like, I don't have time anymore.
Yeah.
But if that would have went the way I wanted it, I would have redid that entire thing. I would have raised a shitload of money. I was telling him we were gonna have a concert down there and have vendors, and I was gonna try. I was trying to raise $100,000.
There's 2 stages down there. There's all the stuff down there, and it's like, and you have all the room for it.
Yeah.
There's food. There's already stands sitting there.
Yeah.
Like literally.
I don't even like even peeling back and going back. I
Ridiculous.
forget about all that shit that happens, and when people ask me about it, I just get bummed because I'm
Yeah.
like, I was just trying to. My friends' kids didn't. I mean, it got cleaned up once I put my name on it. I feel like there was a little bit more where people knew I was in the community and people knew that I was like fucking with people that were in there that were known in the area. So like, you know, there was a lot of stupid shit going on there
Yeah.
that kids do stupid. And I feel like a lot of that shit stopped because I stepped in and I made it better. And then it's a shame because where I wanted to take it would have been 10 times better for what it is now. I mean, it hasn't changed, and I don't
I
think
was
it
gonna
will.
say, has anybody stepped back in and done anything?
I don't
to
know.
it?
A couple kids reached out to me and they were like, hey, man, like I want to be a part of it and I want to take over. And I was like, cool. Like, this is what you have to do. You have to go down to the borough. You have to introduce yourself, and then you have to put on a shirt and tie. And if you have tattoos, cover them up. And
Yeah, none of
Go
that sounds
play.
fun at all.
Dude, I was working full time running this shit, working on the skate park and having to go to town meetings.
Right.
It's fucking stupid. But whatever, my friends' kids can go down there now, and there's not stupid shit, so I don't care. But I don't know who's involved with it anymore. I kind of walked away from it and I don't even really get asked about it anymore, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
Like it just left a bitter taste in my
done,
mouth
yeah.
between the
Blame
kids and like those kids are now gone. Like they're
Yeah,
off
right.
at college. I
Older.
don't know what they do, but like you know
It's
what I mean.
been a minute.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of time has passed, and it's like that wasn't. You know, it's not just for you, it's for the people coming up behind you. Like there's
Right.
plenty of people that are using that park besides the people that probably left this area that were giving me a hard time.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot that goes on in this town. Be happy you're in Easton.
Yeah.
We didn't realize it was such an issue up here. I mean, it's
I just feel like there's a lot of shit that goes on. I feel like there's a lot of shit nobody talks about with this town. And I mean, I don't really ever have problems telling people how it is here because it is. I feel like there's a lot of things that go on where this town could be a lot better than it is. And there's just, they get in their own way.
They could do, you could do so much better stuff.
I'm just happy the taco joint stayed.
The taco joint's banging.
Rice and beans is real good.
Rice and beans, I love that place.
So when you leave and you go up around the circle, you can see the $32,000 they sent on gas lanterns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they ran gas lines and they have these lanterns that don't illuminate shit. But they spent
Nice.
$32,000 to do it because they think it looks good.
Yeah.
Wow.
They had a tree lighting. And they're doing the countdown, and the thing fucking lit up before it got down to 0 because someone just want to make sure that it really lit up.
Right, before
and they
it
turn it
actually
off, and then people are like, oh. And they're like, 1. And then it lit back up, and they're like, oh. And I was like, how fucking bad is that?
Wow.
I told my wife, I'm like, we're not doing this again. There's a lot of people. And I just keep saying, all my friends, I'm like, just run. You'll win.
Yeah.
The people that win, no one runs
I have a
against
couple
them.
friends, like I have a couple younger friends, like Dustin and
Just
Brian's
run.
age, and there's a couple of them that are like, yeah, like we plan on staying here, and they're
Just run.
like they plan on running and like making it a priority to get involved, and like if they do, like that's cool.
Yeah.
They'll
It'll
actually
change the
make
whole
changes.
fucking thing. They just got to run.
But that's, I mean, anyone listening or thinking about that type of shit, like if you're not happy with what's good, he always tells me to run. I'm like, no,
If
no,
I don't,
no
if,
way.
if I don't
I'd win, and then
if
I would
don't
just have to
win,
deal with that.
I'm already elected
Yeah.
for something else. So if I don't win the next one,
Yeah.
I'm gonna run. I
Yeah.
said I'll run for fucking mayor. I don't
Yeah,
give a fuck.
we'll push it. We'll use the billboard down here.
Listen,
Nobody likes it.
I
the
don't
one
give a
that,
fuck.
the one that everybody hates down
The
the
only thing
road.
that's bad about the mayor is they put your shit in the paper.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, I don't really speak well. So
Yeah.
people are like, why is I don't give a fuck, and it'll be in the paper. Oh, the
They-
mayor says he doesn't give a fuck.
Like they say, doesn't matter what you say about me. Spell my name
Yeah,
right.
that's right. And he presses good. But yeah, I said if I don't win the next one, I said I'll run for something. Because they really don't. No one runs against them every single time.
Really?
I'd sit there and I'm like, really? All these
I guess
people
the
run
other
up
issue
unopposed.
too is like staying in a small town. Like my perception of this town when I was 20 is not the perception of like how I view the town now. And if you stay in a town long enough, you start realizing the annoyances. Like I'm sure there's people that come and go out of this town and don't have any of this shit to say, but it's like, you know, I'm here, I run a business here, I see where things lack with business. I see how other town, like Easton's probably, I'm a huge foodie, so like the restaurant scene in Easton, like I just see other towns and what they're doing, and I'm just like, well, why are we doing anything like
It has
that?
potential. Here,
Yes,
right?
for
I
sure.
mean,
There's plenty of
Easton-
open space.
Easton
The
had
rent's
nothing.
cheap.
Yeah.
Easton had nothing. They built themselves up.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
They had nothing. Zero.
Yeah, it
Maybe
was
it
always
was
bad.
bad.
Oh no, I don't go to Easton that much, but back then when I was younger, I wouldn't go to Easton.
No,
My
where
grandparents are from Easton, and I'm like, nope, not going.
where our shop
Yeah.
is, when I used to skate, and then going back a long time, I'm not gonna tell you what year it was,
Yeah.
but you didn't go down south of, or I should say
Yeah.
east of 3rd.
Yeah,
No, you didn't go down there. Where our shop is, no, you could not skate down there because guess what? You're gonna.
Yeah, it was
You're gonna
some,
catch
some
them
char-
open.
there were some
Yeah.
characters down there. Yeah.
How's Easton been receptive for you guys coming in?
Really good. Yeah, all the businesses.
Yeah.
and so supportive. You know, we get along with everybody, all our neighbors. I mean, it's great. No problems. Well, there was one issue when they don't really like the guys skating right out front of the
Oh, that's
shop.
always been a problem.
Well,
If it goes on for too long,
Yeah.
then it's like, okay,
listen, somebody
guys.
buys a board,
Yeah.
they're gonna
Right.
fucking walk out the door and use it.
Use it, yeah.
Look, if you buy a bike,
well-
what's the first thing you do if you buy a bike? You walk out of the store.
Yeah.
You hop the fuck on it and you start riding.
Yeah, well, we let these guys
Yeah.
like ride these rails
Yeah.
that they installed, and you know they shouldn't have been on them, and we let it go on too long. So it's kind of our fault, you know. But
Yeah, but
It's a hard
excitement.
It's like being a
Yeah.
bartender. It's a hard line
And- yeah.
to make decisions on like people having a good time and like you know what I mean. Like it's like
Yeah.
you don't want to be a dick because then it's like I remember I worked in Virginia and in Virginia the YMCA's had skate parks and like they wanted me to basically be a bouncer because kids were just coming in. You had to pay $1 and the
Yeah.
kids still weren't doing it.
yeah, you
So-
were talking about this.
Yeah, so like I had to pick and choose how much shit I wanted to get. And then it's like when I first started working there, I was like, yup, nope. And then it's like then they're now assholes because I'm doing what the Y told me to do. And then it got to a point where I was just like, I'm just going to try and find a happy medium where I would still let some of the kids in because they didn't have $1, but they wanted to use the park. Or I would just be like, yo, everybody, you're good. And then I would just give $20 to the Y.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like, it's hard to be the person where, especially people coming in and spending money in your store, where you're like, you kids get out of here and shake them off with a broom. Well, who the fuck's coming back?
No, I mean,
it's not that bad.
We did get approached, and by the landlord, and she's like, I don't hate skateboarding. My kids grew up skateboarding, but we just people were in and out of the hotel that day. It was a busy day, and
we're right next to the hotel. Yeah, and we pay rent to them, so we gotta keep the peace.
Yeah, of course. So. You don't want to be the shop that everyone's like, well, they just do whatever the fuck they want.
Well, the freaking bad guys, skateboarders are over here being punks, and
we were gonna buy a bench for them to skate, but now we're like, I don't know if we're gonna try to bring all of them over.
We
here.
might not do that now.
Yeah.
Well, when I was down at the tattoo shop and helping out down there, I got the borough to put a bench outside, but then all that brought was people sitting outside smoking butts.
Well, we put our bench out there, and everybody sits on it.
Yep. It was for clientele to take smoke breaks, and what it turned into is here's a spot for people to stop.
Yep.
And even there's benches out here, and some nights I'll come here before doing the podcast, and there's just I don't know, there's some weird bench people, man. Sometimes there's some weird people like to sit on benches.
Is that a new thing now? Weird bench people.
Bench people.
They start an Instagram with that. Have people submit to it.
Yeah.
Weird bench people.
But that's the thing is sometimes you want to do more for people. Like I want to do stuff here. I want to I want to open this up. I want to utilize the space. I want to do pop-ups. I want to do collabs on stuff. But then it's like you start thinking about repercussions of stuff, or if there's too many people down here, and then it's like, well, what if I do something one night and then it's a noise complaint? And it's it's a very thin line of what you should do and what you shouldn't do, and how not to upset your customers who are younger kids who aren't even remotely mentally thinking how you are at all because you're an adult.
Right.
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's an adult in this room, but we'll take that.
I just meant being older.
Okay.
More mature.
More mature.
Oh, okay. All right.
We'll go there and do the downhill, the soapbox thing or some kind of downhill.
We have ideas we wanted to do.
Build their own stuff, and it was cool. They had rules. They'd build their own just crappy.
Yeah, I remember that.
People started cheating because then they would. There's always going to be cheaters, but people were getting like wheelchair wheels and certain hubs like wheelbarrow, and it was super fast. And then some dude showed up literally with just a longboard, and he had two wheels next to each other and two wheels like Tron, and laid down, and it was just well, obviously he's gonna fucking win. So some people dressed up, they have chicken heads on top, and it was for fun.
What do you win?
Nothing. A trophy.
So
it was just completely for fun. Yeah, it was bullshit. And then you'd get certain bars would be like, hey man, here's our team. We have a race team.
Right.
And it was just a way for people to fuck off, and it's got a perfect area. No one drives on the road. It's a perfect area. It's got a perfect hill, and they just shut it down. Like I said, the radio station would show up. There'd be tons of fucking people lined up on either side of the road, and it was just a fun fucking thing.
Once and done.
Once and done, because some dude cut a guy off, sent him into fucking hay bales.
What the hell do you expect?
Well, of course he is.
Send him into hay bales.
And the dude was just whoa, and he was just hey, there's liability issues. It's well, how much is liability insurance for one fucking event?
Right.
Can't be that much. We're dealing with, if you limit the shit out of it, if you'd say, hey man, we're gonna do skateboards. You're gonna lay down your fucking skateboards. Everybody has pads, and you race.
That's right.
How much shit you're only gonna go so fast.
We used to.
You're not gonna be fucking lightning speed.
The lay down thing, we used to call that coffin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The coffin runs.
Yeah.
Where you lay down like this.
But you could have people just adapt it and do, you know what I mean? You could do shit like that, or make people do it, and they have to use skateboard wheels. Yeah. They're only gonna go so fast.
Yeah.
It's just how it works. But no one ever picked it back up. Because the people that did it, the guy was like, I don't want to fucking be involved if they're going to be that.
Really?
Yeah. He was like, if they're going to come after me for that shit, that's fucking racing, man. But that dude went, it was pretty, everybody else was staying in their lanes. Because they're just half of them are hammered, and then they're like, I'm not fucking touching anybody. Yeah. But this dude's just woo, right in front of people.
Intentionally.
Yeah. So then he was just ahead of him.
I can't imagine not fucking around doing
Yeah.
that, you know?
Yeah, well, I'm serious. Everybody had a fucking blast.
Oh,
It was
sounds
the
like
best-
a blast.
Yeah, because the guy who I knew that was in it went in and started doing it for fun. Like, apparently there's adult soapbox races.
Well, when we
throughout the US.
first got here, I mean, I can't even believe how much everything has changed. But I said to him, like, I want to do events in town, and I said the only thing about this town is no one's doing anything, so it's easy to do something as long as you get somebody, like, as long as they let you do it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in Bethlehem, you're fucked. There is something going on
There's so much
every god. I know businesses that went under because there were so many festivals.
Well,
you
there's
know,
a clique in Bethlehem.
yeah.
It's a clique.
Yeah.
So
If
like,
you're not part of the cool clique, you don't get shit.
Yeah. Well, if
being here, there's nothing going on.
Yeah. You have an event, it's like, wow, something's going on.
So like I
Oh,
told
people
him,
show the fuck up,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Right.
How can
They
we
show
lose?
the fuck up.
I told him when we first got here, I was like, well, we should bring this back and we should bring that event back, and it's stuff I want to strive to do, but then it's like you don't even know whether it's worth to do it or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, all right, well, is this just going to be a bunch of bullshit, or is it going to be something that benefits us doing it?
Right. Well,
I mean, I found a picture.
I feel like you guys have so much more.
you guys are you'll be able to pull
With
more
Easton,
stuff.
you have so much
Yeah.
established things going on that like
Yeah.
you can attach onto things, or starting your own thing, you'd be taken more seriously because people are doing stuff.
right. And yeah, actually, we have events that we kind of. What's that one new event coming up? The spring thing that we weren't involved in last year with the restaurants. What the hell's the name of that?
There's so many. I can't-
Yeah, but I don't
mean,
know.
the good thing
we're
about
getting-
Easton is they do a
Yeah.
lot of events.
So you can pick and choose.
Yeah, but they send
Right.
us so many emails.
Yeah.
They send us so many emails of things, you know,
Yep.
to do, and it's like
Yeah.
it's overwhelming.
And
But
tomorrow's
it's a good thing.
You know, there's event tomorrow night. You know, just
Well, that's
out
Easton Out
loud.
Loud,
Yeah, it's just
yeah.
Easton out loud. But yeah, there are a ton of events that we can actually participate in. But
Yeah.
we, you know, being only 7 months in, we haven't really, you know,
we should
cut
get
our
our
teeth
feet
on
wet.
any of them yet. We,
Yeah.
we will.
Yeah, it's probably smart to hang back and
And see what works and what doesn't.
everything
Yeah,
is too.
Exactly. I just figured, you know, get a year under our belt and throw a grand opening, and okay, let's get going. You know.
How much you guys pushing of your own stuff? Because I know you have like 5 and dime boards.
Well, yeah, we made a run of 5 and dime boards, 2 designs, a while back. We're pretty much out of them. We made another run. We get our boards in April. We did a collaboration with No Good Company. I'm not sure if you know
Cool.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're local as well.
Yeah. So we did a collab with them with some boards. We had some shirts.
Shout out to Zach. Yep.
Zach, yeah. We did a run of just T-shirts, you know. So we want to get we want to start making more of our own stuff. We got some beanies. We use our patches on some beanies,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Well, I saw that you guys got patches, and I was like, that's so awesome because you can put that on anything.
Yeah, and we're going to do teas, and we're just in between right now with
I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot running a store and then
Yeah.
trying to build a brand inside the store, and then still trying to do your 9 to 5, run the
Yeah.
store, build a brand, and then hit all the bases, then plus do events. Like I said, when we got in here, I was like, we should do all this stuff. Fast forward 3 years later, and I'm like, I can barely keep the fuck
Yeah,
up.
I know.
I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah, he's like, we're gonna throw a concert. We're gonna have bands
yeah.
come,
Yeah.
and we're like, yeah, that's great. No.
best laid
Yeah.
plans.
I
right?
would have to
Not
shut
gonna-
an entire probably 2 months down
Yeah,
to just
sucks.
plan it and then
Yeah.
set it up, and there'd be so many. And then like I said too, it's like you get older, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, all right, well, before when I would probably be like 25, I'd be like, fuck it, let's do it. Now I'm
Yeah.
like, how many moving parts are to this? Would I have to
Yeah.
pay people? We need security. Like it's just
Yeah.
you start thinking about shit like that, and it's like,
Yeah, the first thing is, do we have to pay people? Or
yeah,
how's that
yeah.
work?
Is this volunteer? What are we hosting it for?
There's gotta
Are
be
we a
college kids
charity?
that want to intern.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
We should serve alcohol.
Hey, what, happened,
Yeah, for sure.
what happens if the guy playing the band falls off the stage?
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe I should hire a relative.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus we have another business as well too, you know. So
Yeah. How is that to juggle both?
it's we have partners that are really good, and the business has been around for so long, 40 years, so it does kind of run itself. We have some hurdles here and there, but yeah.
But you guys are still clocking in hours over there, and then clocking in hours at the skate shop as well.
Yeah, I'm there during the day. I'll be at the store in the morning, and then come back.
Yeah, because you guys switch.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do the day-to-day, and he comes in the morning and then comes back.
And what are the store hours?
We're 11 to 7 Monday. Well, we're gonna be Monday every day soon, through Friday, and then 10 to 7 on Saturday. Thinking about and 11 to 5 on Sunday. But we're thinking about changing our hours. Maybe stay open up another hour till 8.
Yeah.
We open up at 10 on Saturdays. Yeah, it's a good thing because the farmers market's going on.
Yeah.
For the
So
summer.
many people come in for that farmer's
Yeah,
market.
and early.
Yeah.
People are out early. You can open up earlier, but I mean, 10 is good enough, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying is you start burning the can. I mean, I did it for so long. This is the first couple of months where I've been in territory of doing this on my own, like just doing this, not having another job. But for years, it was just so hard to just work a full-time job and then have to care about something that you actually want to do when you're just miserable from working. I'm sure it's different because you guys, it's been a business that has been in the family or whatever, but like
my hours are flexible too.
Yeah.
So, but I talk to a lot of guys that are doing their own thing, clothing companies, local clothing, they all have full-time jobs.
Yeah. It's hard to take that step through.
Yeah. I mean,
and I don't live solely off of that. It's like I've made other avenues through other people and like built, because I mean, doing it and and it not going, everyone was like, you're gonna make $1 million, and I was like, I don't think so. And then after seeing how much work goes into it and like what you need to do in order to get it into bigger stores and all that shit, and then it's like, so then it started coming up where I'm like, all right, there's no way I can live off of this right now, so we need to start building other avenues of cash. Yeah. And that was the only thing that saved my ass, was building so many avenues of cash. Like, so let's say I built 10 and 5 were legit. Yeah. That it it's still crazy to kind of just keep spinning the plate, but I'd rather that than working for anybody else.
For sure. It's not fair.
Yeah, you're in the same boat as we are. You can't put all of it. We're not, that little store that we have is not. We're not retiring on that.
No, but that's.
Hey, I would love to do that. I would love to do it full time. Have several stores. I would love to just do that for sure. But hey.
I mean, it's completely possible. I mean, look at how long you wanted to do this, and now you're doing it. So the fact that like you pushed yourself, there's a lot of people that want to do a lot of shit and they don't. Yeah. And then there's a lot of people, like I said, like it's so important to pay attention to anyone listening that it was that little voice in the back of your head, and that's what you're chasing after. So it's like, if that drove you to do that, who's to say where the fuck this is going to stop? Yeah. You could get to where you're doing it full time. I'm
hoping.
And then you're probably like, I don't want any more stores because hiring employees is horrible.
I would love I want that problem bad. I want that problem.
It's a good problem. Yeah. Is that where you see it? You want to do multiples, or just get this one to a point where you think you? Where would you even look location wise? Would you still keep it Lehigh Valley, or would you go to Jersey?
No, it's all right.
Yeah. You don't got. I'm just saying, like, you still want to keep it local.
You could spill it.
No, I was thinking a possibility of maybe New Hope, or what's that across the bridge from New Hope? Always freaking.
Yeah, that little town across from.
Right across from New Hope.
In Jersey.
It's the same. It's whatever. I can't remember.
Basically,
it's the same town.
It's New Hope's little brother.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I'm going there this weekend, actually. Anyway, for just a getaway, just to stay. But I'm gonna check it out.
Why not?
I thought about it. I was like, it's a good location. I can't think of really anywhere else. You don't want to go anywhere too local. You already have it covered.
Yeah. What's the point? Then you just end up in a pissing match.
Yeah, in your own backyard.
Yeah,
makes no
which
sense.
never ends well for anyone.
And I thought about Somerville until I ran into a skate shop out there where I'm now friends with those guys.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll just see what happens.
It's exciting to see that though, because now it's probably totally different where you have this open. So you wanting to trust your gut and wanting to be like, no, I think that is where we should go. The more you keep doing, the more that you're going to keep following the voice and keep following your gut, and you're going to be like, no. And then eventually it's going to be like, no, I'm making correct decisions because I'm doing shit that's working.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hats off to you,
good
because not a lot of people do that shit at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole expansion thing is always scary. So,
Yeah, I mean,
you
of
know.
course it is. But even if you don't do that and you're still running a skate shop and you're making money and that's all you're doing, that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah. I mean, it took some time. I was in a fog for a little while there, so
Everybody is.
I had to like.
Some
snap
people
out of
stay
that.
in it.
Yeah. So I mean, ever since I got out of that fog, I've been just dedicated and more motivated to get
And
to where I want to be.
I think that's really cool that you pointed that out, because I think a lot of times people get stuck in that fog, and I've definitely been there numerous times, and this is now like where it took years for me to realize that doing this is what gets me out of the fog. So like, I mean, I'm talking like friends dying, or like just my bouts with like drinking and stuff like that. And then I never realized what this was that I built. And then when I realized what it was, I was like, oh, this is a totally positive outlet to channel all this creativity, and it keeps me out of all this other bullshit. And even if I go into that bullshit, it pulls me the fuck out. And then once I realized that, I was like, okay, what do we do now? And then I'm like, all right, well, let's put a business structure behind this.
Yeah,
and then that's when
and sometimes you don't know what the fog is.
No.
You know,
and it takes chasing after dreams and listening to that voice.
I knew what the fog was. That's for sure.
I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm just saying sometimes like
no, therapy.
And like Mike, I don't know what your fog was, but everybody's fog is different.
Of course, but it's important to point out that there are people that are listening that may be into some shit, or they're like they're just depressed, or they just got life going on. And sometimes I think when you go after what you want, I talked to a girl here today that came to pick up a sweatshirt. She's like, I hate my fucking job. And I was like, well, what do you want to do? And then she's like, well, I thought I would do this and that. And then it turns out that her parents own this space and they don't ever use it, but they pay the month on it. And every now and then it's open. And I'm like, you have no clue how much of a leg up you have because you have access to a store. I'm like, you could literally do whatever the fuck you wanted up the street, and you could try a million different businesses because it's a space that's not even being used. I'm like, I had to leave an apartment. Ask him the amount of bullshit that we went through in order to get where we're at now. It's a nightmare. So it's like, I think it's important people start paying attention to what they really want to fucking do.
Well, people are scared, scared to make change. Change.
Of course, that's always scary.
Change is scary. Yeah.
I love change.
Yeah, well, that's what. But see, then
nothing
that's
to lose. I mean, not for me.
That's what I started paying attention to. Is I was like, okay, well, if this is scary, it means we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
If I'm calm, it means I'm now complacent. I'm not doing anything good. I'm not building anything. I'm not growing anything. I'm fucking static.
If you're going in one direction and everybody else is going in the other direction, guess what?
And at times
you might be going in the right direction.
And at times it may look crazy to people, but I know that's what I need to do to stay sane.
So do I. I hear you, man. That's exactly how I feel. Complacent. Yeah.
Yep.
Good for you, man. I think it's awesome what you guys are doing. I mean, when I talked to you guys, meeting you through Carlos, I just wanted to have you on because I just thought it was so cool that you opened this, closed it, and then started it back up, because there's so many people that just close shit and they don't open it back up. I think it's awesome what you're doing for the skate community. I think it's awesome that Easton has a skate shop. I think it's important to have that stuff for the kids, and it's just like, I think it's cool you want to grow it into different areas. I think it's a cool business model. The name's awesome. Like, I can't express how much I think what you guys are doing down there is also important, but it's so cool that, one, you're helping him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I worked with my brother for a while. It's cool that it's staying in the family. Like, you guys don't have to be doing any of this shit.
Yeah.
You do not have to be doing it, but you guys are doing it because you want to.
Yeah.
And I think that's, I don't know, my hats are off to you.
I appreciate
Thanks,
that.
man.
Thanks for everything you do.
It's good to hear.
No, I
Thanks
think
for your support.
Yeah, of course. And like I said, I mean, I do everything I can to help you guys grow. It's why I wanted to have you come on.
Yeah.
I think once you guys just start getting more familiar with the area and the kids start getting known with it, which is just time.
Yeah.
I mean, for how much you've grown and how much I see people reposting stuff and like being connected with, like, Balloons is coming on the podcast. Like, I'm excited.
Are
and
they
like,
coming in?
Yeah, he's going to come on.
Yeah,
He was supposed to actually come on last month, but then he had something, he like needed to go to a convention. He's like all apologizing. I'm like, you don't have to apologize. Let's just reschedule. He's super nice.
Super nice.
Yeah. He's a cool cat.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of really cool people doing a lot of cool shit in the community, and I feel like you're connecting up with the right people. I mean, you did some other podcasts and stuff, and it's just getting your name out there.
Yeah.
Some people don't even like doing shit like this, and I tell everybody, I'm like, this is just content. It's a mountain of content for you.
Right.
So I don't know. I want to thank you guys for coming on. I want to give you a chance to plug like your social media, and I know you guys are building a website, so we can kind of like go over when that's going to be available. It should be down the road in a couple weeks and stuff. I know the guy who shot the commercial for me with the hoodies, we have a really cool idea lined up, so I'm just excited to kind of showcase you guys a lot more and just push the shit out of you.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that big time.
Yeah, I think
when you guys come down,
I think it's going to help because I think the story needs to be told of like this is Easton Skate Shop. They have a shop now. Like you can go here if you're in the community. You want to come down here. This is where you get your boards. Like I feel like if there was a skate shop in Nazareth, I would be supporting it. And it's just like I think it's important that you guys aren't going to have a problem because I think Easton is extremely community driven. Yeah. And I think you guys fit right into that.
I feel comfortable there. You know, I feel like it's just going to get better. I really do.
Yeah.
A lot of support there, and you know, the town's happening. Let's face it.
And the city's been behind us, which is kind of good.
Oh, yeah.
And
the food alone. I would just be ordering lunch every day.
I go.
Like we didn't make any money today.
Yeah. Were you at Two Rivers eating burgers again?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, good for you guys. I'm like I said, you guys are welcome to come on anytime you're pushing events. Just reach out and we'll bring you guys on. I always try and tell everybody it's always better the second time you come on because then you're just bullshitting. It's not like really telling a story. It's not like an interview. Yeah. It's more of a hangout. You guys are always welcome to come on that. And your social media Instagram is 5 and Dime?
5 and Dime Easton.
Yeah. And then what's the domain name for the website going to be? Do you remember? I think
it's same 5 and Dime Easton.com.
Yeah, it's important to keep all that. And I know Carlos is working on that. So
it's long but distinguished.
There's a lot of E's, but what can you do?
I mean, and that's just going to put your name out there more, and it's more stuff, and it's just this. It's how everything's changed. Where now it's like it's crazy how it is now because it's like you could have a skate team, have them film, then put it on YouTube. It's like none of that shit was. You were buying VHS tapes.
Hell no. There was nothing.
But do you remember when it used to be a big thing when a shop would get in the VHS tapes? And now it's like that. It's not. They just
the new Thrasher came out. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then now it's just they drop the shit on YouTube. Yeah, that's where they premiere shit.
Yeah. But we didn't have that back then. And
no, did not have that. And you had to be somewhat a little bit of money. You got to have a VHS player. The top loader. That's what I'm talking about.
It's the stuff they were stealing in the Fast and Furious. That was expensive stuff. And then once again, guys, thank you. And then their Instagram is 5 and Dime, and you'll definitely be seeing more of them. I want to bring them back on the show and when you guys get everything launched, and then we'll go from there. Thank you for watching, listening. All things Never Again are at neveragainstudio.com. And thank you. Goodbye. I can't ever end the show.
we also have Instagram.
Yeah.
Isn't one of them different?
Well, if Never Again Studio has everything connected.
So go there. Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
Clear?
Oh.